Hello friends, welcome to our class on income tax. My name is Timir Baron Chatterjee. I am the managing partner of TCN Global and Economic Advisory Services. Today's subject is very interesting. As you all know that yesterday was the last date to file income tax return by individuals. However, many of you could have missed that date. Many of you could not file the return due to various reasons. Now question is, under these circumstances where you could not file the return within the due date, what actions you are required to take to contain your liability? In this background, we have prepared a flowchart which you can follow so that you can submit the return and also try to contain your liability. First action plan is, please check whether you have really failed to file the return before the due date. That is, try to understand whether you are obliged to file return yesterday. Although you are an individual, there are certain cases where you can still file the return before 30th September 2022. Who are those who can file those returns? Who are subject to tax audit. That means, suppose if an individual or a proprietor, he has a business and his turnover is more than 10 crores. Although he is an individual, he is to do the tax audit in respect of his accounts for the financial year 21-22. In such case, his due date is not 31st July. His due date is 30th September 2022. Second, if you are a professional, not selling goods, but a professional, say doctor, engineer, management consultant, in that case, if your turnover is more than 50 lakhs, in such case, you have to do the tax audit report. And in such case, although you are an individual, you can file the return by 30th September 2022. So, you should know first whether 31st July or 30th September is the due date for you. Anyway, if you are sure that you are supposed to file the return by 31st July 2022, but due to some reason you could not file the return, what actions you need to take to contain your liability? In this regard, I would like to say that you have to pay the late fee as required under the Income Tax Act. But apart from the late fee, you can still contain your liability. The action plan number 2, you first prepare your computations, estimated income, considering all income and calculate the tax payable under your self-assessment. While doing this estimation, you should also consider the interest, if any, is payable by you because of section 234A, 234B, 234C and 140A. You calculate your tax computations before file the return and find out how much amount you have to pay and calculate the net amount payable after taking into account the advance tax which you have already paid, TDS which you have already paid and appearing in 26 As, and you calculate what is the net amount payable. If you find that you have already paid excess and refund is due, in that case you do not have any additional liability. But where you find that you have a liability, in that case we propose that you pay the self-assessment tax immediately. That means in the month of July itself, before filing the return. So you should not wait, because you must note that interest liability is incurring to you. So if you pay the liability based on your estimated income, after taking into account the interest payable under 234A, 234B, 234C and also 140A, if any, in such case you pay the liability so that your meter for charging interest by the income tax department is stopped. Then you target to file the return by 31st August 2022. As I have said, you have to pay the late fee, but by paying the 140A tax, that is self-assessment tax, you have reduced your liability to a great extent. Now I will tell you what is the third action plan. Third action plan, you should start preparing your return and target to file the return by 31st August 2022. Now, because of making payment of 140A taxes, that is self-assessment tax, if there is anything due, what are the interest liability will accrue to you? 140A is a self-assessment tax. If in your case, say for example, you have to pay 2 lakh rupees, in that case, you pay 2 lakh rupees in the month of August under section 140A and also pay interest for how many months? April, May, June, July, August. Why August is considered? Because you are making the payment in the month of August. And as per Income Tax Act, fraction of a month is considered as 1 month. So this 2 lakhs rupees payment is due and it is more than April, May, June, July, August. So this 5 months, 1% simple interest, not interest tax, it is a simple, if it is a 5 months, it is a 5% interest on 2 lakh rupees you pay, and in that case your tax on self-assessment tax is already paid, including interest. What interest you have to pay further? For delay in filing the return. For how many months? it is only 1 month. Because you are supposed to file the return by 31st July and you are filing the return in the month of August. So therefore, your late payment will be only for 1 month interest. So your 140A interest is already paid, 234A interest is already paid, and you know 234B and 234C are all concerned with your advance tax. So if you have paid advance tax to the extent of 90% of your liability, 234B will not apply, and if you have paid advance tax, then 234C will also not apply. So what are the sections will apply on account of interest? That is for self-assessment tax 148 and for delayed filing of the return, that is 234A. These are the payments you can make and you file the return by 31st August. Please do not delay, because if you delay the payment, in that case your interest liability on account of various sections will apply. So by making the total payment as per your computation, including interest as I have explained, by the month of August, you can curtail your liability and then accordingly you file the return along with the late fee as payable for delayed filing of income tax return. These are the action plan you should initiate so that you can contain your liability. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. If you like our deliberations, please do not forget to like it, to share it, and also to subscribe it. Please also do not forget to press your bell icon so that you get continuously the updates and notifications in respect of matters arising out of income tax, GST, foreign trade, FEMA, corporate laws, IPR laws, etc. Will be coming out regularly with our deliberations on these topics, and if you subscribe it, you will get it regularly from our channel. Thank you very much for your patient hearing once again.